graph tangent and inverse tangent. Get ready. So to begin, we're going to graph tangent. So to start, I have my outline drawn, y and x. In order to find the points to plot tangent, we're going to use the unit circle. First, we're going to plot negative pi over 2. And to find tangent, we all know it is sine over cosine. So on the unit circle, pi over 2 would be 1 over 0. So that is undefined. And you're going to continue doing that for multiple points. Now I have all my points set up. You find the asymptotes because they are undefined. So this would be negative pi over 2, and this one would be pi over 2. Draw a dotted line. Next, you're going to plot your points. As shown here, you're going to go, this is pi over 4, this is negative pi over 4. 1 and negative 1. 1 is pi over 4, so that's where your first point goes. And then secondly, it's negative pi over 4 and negative 1. Then you're going to draw your line, and it is curves. And it crosses 0 at 0. And it reaches the asymptotes but doesn't touch them. And that is how you draw tangent. So now we're going to graph the inverse of tangent. And so the equation to find the inverse, there are a few steps. The first step is to replace y with f of x. The second step is to swap x and y. And then lastly, you just want to solve for y. Now to graph it, if you've already done the regular tangent, you can just switch x with y and graph it that way. So since negative pi over 2 is undefined, we're going to do it here. So negative pi over 2, this would be negative pi over 4, this would be pi over 2, and then pi over 4. This is 1, and this is negative 1. So you're going to draw the line here, the asymptote here. It's horizontal asymptote. And then you're going to graph the points. So 0 and 0, and then 1 and pi over 4, negative 1 and negative pi over 4. And ta-da! Woo! Now we're going to do an example. Okay, now the equation is y equals 2 inverse tangent negative x. And as we had before, we have our unit circle points. Now we are timesing everything by 2. So these are now going to be negative pi over 2, 0, pi over 2, and pi. Woo! Okay, and so this is pi over 2, negative pi over 2, negative pi. And we still have 0, 1, and negative 1. Asymptote works undefined at pi and at negative pi. We have our point at 0, 0, and then pi over 2 and 1, and negative 1 and negative pi over 2. And it's going to approach the asymptote but not touch it. Okay, so that's what it looks like with just the vertical stretch. And now we have to flip it because of the negative. And so, because it's in the parentheses, we're going to flip it across the y-axis. So, negative 1 and x over 2. And it's going to be 1 and negative x over 2, 0, 0. And this is what your final line will look like. No, that's really good. That was all over it. I feel like I'm not satisfied. Why?
Yeah.
It should be it.
What was that, negative x?
No, we haven't done that yet.
Oh, you just did the first.
Yeah.
You just started out